Among the most inventive and exciting technologies in the history of internal combustion engines is the rotary engine. It does, however, have several disadvantages like high fuel consumption, little torque, bad emissions, and intricate lubrication. But what if it were possible to get beyond these restrictions and produce a new breed of rotary engines that could beat traditional engines in terms of strength, dependability, and efficiency? What if a new technological advancement enabled a rotary engine to provide 5 times the power of a diesel engine with half the fuel consumption and emissions? An engineering team at Liquid Piston is developing this to become a reality, not a dream. Liquid Piston is a startup that develops and produces the X engine, a novel kind of rotary engine. The high-efficiency hybrid cycle, or H, is a patented thermodynamic cycle that powers the pistonless X engine. The X engine, in contrast to traditional engines, has a single rotor that handles the working fluid's compression and expansion, increasing efficiency and reducing pollutants. According to the manufacturer, the new XTX210 engine is a technological advance in rotary engines that addresses the problems with Wankel rotary engines' lubrication, fuel type, and efficiency. The XTX210 is a 2-stroke, liquid-cooled, supercharged engine that produces 3 times the torque and 5 times the power of a diesel engine of the same size or weight. It is intended for use in aircraft, commercial, and military applications where multi-fuel capability, high power density, and fuel economy are crucial. The XTX210 has a displacement of 210 cubic centimeters, weighs 19 kilograms, and is about the size of a basketball. It can operate on a variety of fuels such as jet fuel and diesel. The business aims to produce torque of 29.4 Newton-meters and around 20 kilowatts at 6,500 rotations per minute. These figures, according to Liquid Piston, are competitive with the 18.8 kilowatts, 25.2 horsepower, and 63 Newton-meter peak outputs of the Kohler KW10003 536er, a diesel that is more than 4 times heavier and about 5 times larger than the XT210. A rotor and a shaft are the only 2 main moving components of the X design, the 4 stages of the HK: intake, compression, power, and exhaust, are cycled via 3 combustion chambers created by the rotor's 3-lobe form that fits within a 2-lobed housing. A planetary gear system connects the shaft and rotor, enabling the rotor to rotate at a speed differential from the shaft and enhancing engine performance. Recall that the Wankel was equipped with a triangle rotor housed in a peanut-shaped casing. With its peanut-shaped rotor and tri-lobed housing, the XTX210 is the exact opposite of the Wankel, so everything you know about it is literally turned upside down. Let's investigate the combustion chambers now. These chambers were long and thin and moved with the rotor of the Wankel engine. However, the XTX210 is a different story. Its combustion chamber is pleasantly rounded and stays in one place. There is a special benefit to this design. All it takes to get high compression is to reduce the size of the chamber. Furthermore, the Wankel engine was unable to provide the ability to directly feed fuel into the chamber due to its stationary nature. Thus, the high compression ratio and direct fuel injection capability of the X210 diesel engine are its 2 most notable qualities. Let's now discuss apex seals, which are important to both engines. Consider these seals to be piston rings in verse. They were nestled into the rotor of the Wankel engine, moving at high speeds all the time and notoriously difficult to maintain properly greased. On the other hand, the XTX210 employs a different strategy. The apex seals on it stay in place as the engine runs. This stationary design solves a typical problem with Wankel engine by making it much simpler to lubricate them straight from the housing. Alex Skolnick, co-founder and CEO of Liquid Piston, said, "We essentially resolved the primary issues the previous rotaries had with oiling and combustion. These oiling difficulties led to concerns with emissions as well as durability. We modified the previous rotary to have considerably greater efficiency and fixed its problems by making those components immovable." Nearly 2 decades have been devoted by Liquid Piston to the development of its groundbreaking X engines. They have extensively tested several prototypes in a variety of applications, such as go-karts and tiny airplanes, during this long period of time. With forced induction engines producing an amazing 70 horsepower normally aspirated variants, producing up to 40 horsepower, these prototypes have shown amazing capabilities. Their ability to operate on a variety of fuels, including as gasoline, diesel, hydrogen, and propane, is very amazing. Liquid Piston is now working on improving the XTS-210 engine, specifically addressing its suitability for GE jet fuel, which is critical for the aerospace and military industries. A noteworthy achievement in the history of Liquid Piston is their most recent $9 million deal with the US Army. Their overall profits from military contracts have surpassed the remarkable $30 million threshold thanks to this deal. Liquid Piston is preparing to commercialize the XTS-210 with this additional assistance, and a prototype delivery is expected in 2024. Unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, and portable generators are anticipated to be the XT-210 engine's primary users in the near future. However, there is still more possibility. The engine's potential is shown by an ongoing study assessing its viability for use in a hybrid electric vertical takeoff and landing, or VTL, unmanned aerial vehicle, showcasing the engine's versatility and bright future in a range of cutting-edge and important sectors. According to a news release from Skolnick, there are practically no diesel engines in the 25 horsepower class that are suitable for aerospace and mobile military applications, where size and weight parameters are especially critical. The X210's lowered weight size and heavy or multi-fuel capabilities provide substantial end-system capability and utility advantages, particularly for the military, to lessen logistical and supply chain strains at a time when mobility of power is becoming more and more crucial. It is true that the automotive and transportation industries are rapidly becoming more electrified, making the development of new combustion engine concepts a difficult task. The military, however, works under unique circumstances and needs, which makes a complete switch to electric power a difficult and drawn-out procedure. The Liquid Piston design's distinctive qualities, such its mobility and capacity to run on several fuels, make it a strong contender for military use. For military equipment, which must be reliable and versatile, it must be able to function well under a wide range of environments. Although electrification is making progress in many areas, it is evident that combustion engines, particularly novel and versatile ones like liquid pistons, will continue to be useful for a considerable amount of time due to military-specific requirements and the current liquid fuel infrastructure. The XT-210 engine could make it to mass production and provide useful defense applications in a changing technology environment if it demonstrates its effectiveness and robustness in a range of military missions. The X engine is a viable option for commercial and aerospace applications as well as military use, depending on the importance of high power density, fuel economy, and multi-fuel capabilities. Power production, transportation, aviation, maritime, agriculture, mining, construction, and other sectors might all benefit from the utilization of the X engine. For poor nations with inconsistent or limited access to clean fuels and energy, the X engine may also be a game changer. The X engine may provide these areas a dependable and reasonably priced source of mobility and electricity, enhancing the people's standard of living and economic growth. A fresh and cutting-edge combustion engine design, called the X engine, has the potential to upend the market domination of piston engines. It is the product of years of research and development by Liquid Piston, a business that seeks to transform the rotary engine industry and provide a competitive substitute for piston engines in a range of applications. The X engine may be a transitional or complementary technology that helps close the gap between the present and the future of energy and transportation as electrification gains traction. What are your thoughts on this? Tell us in the space provided for comments.